Yebedin komo, yani Dr. Alfred Edwin ni Obudai Provencal betra se din komo. Mami nko na me mana jona me mana kwaba na quickly ye ni komo se ya. Medical catch us say na ye BOST. Wa wunim say BOST there. Best crowd dey o kan hu obi ntias because na best ye den company. Nti yebedin komo ni ahwe the entity change din no e ba ye baby o pick free ye baby o dekodru ye na ya mayo sem kakra e dey atato appropriate time you about 20 lines so be join here so ya fe no abeke ho a e Asaasepa 107.3 Atumpan Show within the Bonohene bafo wa Dr. Majo
good evening
bibi aboko de
me enkrani o me de maka true English.
True brofo.
As me permission so free gamanche. I say me am chrome. They be interview me in tree inti. Gamanche. Oh, na let me babo fai. Oh, they want me permission.
Okay. I respect that too. Can you say can't cry no?
Some can say can't cry.
Oh, no, got there.
Oh, Ganyo Jimmy.
Okay.
So I was in New Bodai.
Many more be your teams will soon come to
Ampa.
Because of you are one tra offering crab, one tra hunting no casa no cry anything. But me the buo amount for the fact to say, I said, who flew crum now come crum casa. Then so be binti. Yes, he and casa way. Facha and so.
Yo, but
right. Now, no, my saying.
Sir, Ghana for Kasa. And resetting us start. The Bobo Payama, your leaders, no. That's what we are mandated to do as Christians. Bible say, your leaders, no, your leadership, no, as your bomb Payama. A Juman ding. The Bekoswa bomb Payama, your leaders, no.
Right.
So that whatever decision they take should be in the best interest of the nation.
Life after elections. I don't know what saying. Baby, I now one and baby, I know what to say. Baby, as someone.
Elections have consequences. And I'm a boy. Consequences are couchy. So. But it's a colabi cause a campaign a penco for a cotoaba and be wolf into manco. And elections have consequences, and those are the consequences we are seeing. Yeah. And I think that for some of us, we knew that your position, it definitely would be aligned to the president. And that's what it is. But those coming to are also Ghanaian, so the Befanis are.
Musuma is a biko, they be signed better also. But life to say, who's a BBA through home? BBA is a home.
Oh, and I was there for 5 years. Now, baby, I was now for 5 years. Yeah, my Kaiser one day, go see him in Mao school. Me see you musti omono. Me who no could do that. As a big quadrum, refi me.
Think I was here quadrum.
I come in time. What have been? How the Kai, where you are, about Peninda Rollins. May his soul rest in peace. Also, can I simply say, Tama, as a Kufoba, you know, or Sena to car, Obehuan with Drew Castle.
On so that's your president.
It's normal. It happened to me too. But yeah, that's life.
Right. The big kind, I didn't see a society from BOST to BEST.
So Obekaya. And I also what kind energy transition? I can't achieve Musay. Oh, I said if you ask your corner, now I said countries be America, Europe, I'm not starting a movie away from oil.
Okay.
Because now oil no almost say oil no na say we say enti na be adwendwen kakra. enti bebre na omo movie away omo ye solar omo ye renewable energy wind enti ya call board meeting na ya bisa ya ho say na say yen ye din ye bulk oil na oil nko adwuma ne ya so that no ba when the time comes and the demand for oil is no more as obia ntofan go ni bioma company no dia na ebe
okay
ajas yeah
okay
enti
because we are seeing in essence
from oil no even though say beche but say am why ho sisia say mra no dru a what will we do enti ho na adwen say okay say oil ne ya and now not 30 years time and now 20 years time oil no bi an pe bioma ye nyina adwuma ben ya be honey decided say so we start moving with the times and instead of today we are doing oil but in the future no oil no can energy
okay
and in the future no it will be best say papa say a static drain energy ho ene because nyom bebre with me your energy nsuo cry your energy nuclear your energy alcohol your energy blended ethanol your energy oil your energy and the also dinner then so planning for the future you start thinking about cleaning the environment also be cleaning environment but to keep your business going now you start thinking about bringing in new types of energy into the energy mix
okay
to make sure say 30 years or 25 years new drawer BOST or BEST will still be a company that is delivering value to the people of Ghana.
Okay.
And the board no ma kwan say yansesa edino from bulk oil to bulk energy to show say we are ready to contribute to Ghana's energy sector forever. Okay. Not only when the or during the oil season, but even when oil goes away, we could be doing blended ethanol, hydrogen, all those things. And that's why and one thing is society,
right. Obiate when him say oil into oil one the one it him a juma party ben na namoye.
Oh yeah, you money there we make me bro. Okay, so BOST no you set a BOST up in 1993 no. Ejuma ede share and say miansa.
Okay.
First one no say fango no. You be craft fango aba.
Okay.
Now making sure say the be sie na assign a distribute.
Okay.
Now distribution no omo ye wo pipeline. Ye wo pipeline mu.
Okay.
Assign ye bi so wo tanker ni mu. Assign so the be fa ship badges.
Okay.
To say ship in ketwa wo akosombo ni so. Nti ye distribute na ye store.
Okay.
Store no so just ye be sisi tank farm. Oko drive around your baby your offices no one now but say tank farm akese farm go ni gum.
Okay.
And that was the first mandate say you be develop and maintain a network to make sure say you best store near move transport ne distribute, so basically logistics, petroleum logistics. Second idea tosumi no say you the farm go ni BBC as asemba still Ghana benya oil fango ni be use. Last one say bekra petrol naba.
Yeah.
Na ebia countries or more landlocked countries ampo eniomo ho de say Mali, Burkina eniomo no. Ya craft fango ni ba dodo no ba ya be consume bi the be can so betumi aton ama san crofo no. And those were the three main mandates the share and sasi. Now to develop saa network no saa pipeline ne saa nneɛma no ehia sika paa.
Okay.
Enti government sisi nneɛma ni bi wɔ bɛyɛ 5 locations 6 locations wɔ Accra wɔ Ghana baako wɔ ɛfrɛ APD Accra Plains boom baako wɔ Mami Water wɔ Sojaman baako wɔ Akosombo baako wɔ Kumase Bupe ɛne Bolga. Enti ɛno itsa adwuma na ɛyɛ sa adwuma na yɛayɛ saa bɛsi ɛnɛ.
Right. Me and Nkomo will take over as managing director 27th August 2019 to 2025. Okoye na BOST to say.
Okay. To answer your question, maybe a trick a crazy.
Okay.
Because as you chief for no tell their course or BOST. Busy time I may buy Nedia Nenoma. Now your government by power no. You should share in crater anymore. Na BOST na ye de ka ye tofango omo ye tofango ni fi no na tofango ni bi ni de ka be $624 million
and then the cow beto
and then the car beto 600 and yes series o $624 million as at 2017 hold on. Ni asan bo besia locally ni asan bo besia bebre free banks do ho be 416 million cedis. Na ye oil business yi se auto na wenchia very risky because suppliers no more from obio do na so no be cockot and that was the $624 million. Now transactions did be no so Bob local cities 416 million Ghana cities now. And now unso boss so what tanks akase no enti ebe mu de omo fango no besie wo ye ho na omo de besie a ya geto keto ebi fi omo.
Okay.
Na ebi mu so de omo fango aba na omo ba befa oil no na eni ho enti omo so na de omo ka be ye 30 omo so de omo ka $37 million enti sikasem no na sanete na oba mfidie na ye de adwuma no so a wohwes mfidie ni nyina e wo BOST a de na adwuma no pay be 18%.
Mfidie am wo nyina 18% na ye operational. Wow. Na ye wo pipeline bi 107.3 Tama to Akosombo na enye adwuma. Near war pipeline be so from Bupe through to Bolga, about 220 something kilometers. And also in Yejuma. Near Santo pipes be could form wrestle. Near Santo pipes be not a war. I'm not Houston, US. Could form wrestle 2008 no by your friends say by 2020 now pipes no go hostel pipe ya to wie akabrochiro ho ye de sika so na to taxpayers money
na wo na ye wo marine assets as a tugboat be no any tugboat no na ni nyina anya djuma near science war friends ye wo be 6 depots na me ensanso nya djuma enti o hwe efidie a ese edi djuma na only 18% pen na mfidie yedi adwuma bema yesika no only 18% pena na adwuma na oba governance no hoso a na 2015-2016 accounts no so na yen audit na ye di GRA CAF bebre na said na company no na ya running no so na nkofo bebre ne court na ye legal liabilities no contingent liabilities no na ye be 161 million Ghana cedis ni nim say say cases no do na ye be we will lose. How do you say it in Chi?
Mo be di ncho mo kokota mo be di fo
ye be di fo na ye di fo a sika is ye chechi ankofo a ye di omo ka nyina be 161 million Ghana cedis. And that was the situation as at 2017.
That means na no man ye kra no.
Yan your man. Na ye me call 2019 no kra na the overdraft. The tia salary.
Wow.
Overdraft na the tia salary. Enti o hwa said ya na ne o ma corner na enye. On top no so said ya na banks for no ye treaty banks no ye di omo ka ye ntua no. Na dodo order some person money business bi omo. Suppliers no so ana to ni omo fi omo ho no dodo na ne de court enti no so na dodo na person money business bi omo enti o hwe boss business no o hwe pa from 2017 all the 2016 all the way to 2017-2018 no o hwe sikana BOST the lowest was in 2018 no bi am person ni ejuma up to 2018 no yeah the shape I the back Ghana no 2018 no yeah the as a bakope na the itumi the buy because na obi am person ni ejuma enti me ba 2019 and me ba 2019 am be hu said the new man etia no we the intumi kasa me kwa na me ejuma no because there were people before me. There were two managers, MDs before me. I stand on their shoulders. But the minimum say about 2019, na situation na enye. Na skebi krapo na allowances be apo na your staff krapo na bebre ni atwam because na skeni I a bit me there. To me about 2019 together with the same staff anya dia na to the same staff am beto
one pamo bia
debi obia am beto no bia me ne ye ejuma ama enekra me nkrofo no ga mo befu me say
107.3
Asaasepa manya ni oma
one pamo manfo
manya ni oma ba me kai say na nado dankwa agufuado yama mpenye dada aka kire me say time ameko no so he ko bibia wo no ko ho na we cannot yen to me mfa 60% of the population. We can't use 60% of the population to develop Ghana. We need the energies of everybody.
Okay.
The same way as you are going there, you can't use 60% of your staff to build BOST.
Okay.
Make sure say moi akwakoto omo no ube use omu nyina the energies of omu nyina ede ayejuma no, and that is exactly what we did.
Right. Poso kakra bi mame. Obi MPP ni wotie na nanwure obeka say NDC for ba ye pa obi se managing director ye pa obi se chief executive officer wo kwan mo pam omo no afa NDC for and nti no pam am fa MPP for adwuma mo BOST.
A good question. Yeah, me ba ho no. Na
107.3 Asaasepa no.
So me from private sector.
Okay.
And I'm a buy, but me ba ho no na board no. Na me beto board.
Okay.
Ati here. Na board no ahyehyɛ say the staff strength no staff dodo no because staff I bet to me the be nipa 120 150 ajuma no near ye be 500.
Okay.
nti na board no de nhyehyɛ ato hɔ sɛ de nyoma ekɔ no woje more people a obesay because na sika ni hɔ.
Okay.
You would rather cause problems. Company ni be good totally. Nti na board ne de nhyehyɛ ato say they be yan train na say you turning your man around, you turning company ni around na sika start say ba
number employment.
Yeah, be employment and yeah expanding, yeah employ more people. Nti that was the key reason why. And I think it was a good reason because Oche time I me feel no yeah run a shift. Yeah run a shift. Inti and score online so we say na yera me senior Alex Mode no oboye cheaper say BOST ya overstaffed. I say and then I say yes omu di be count but and it's up to their conscience. But yeah, that was the reason why meant to me amphibian count because not board at was they be pause. I mean, having this kind of revenues, there's no way you can sustain.
Because so far the pan to be
Chianica.
Okay.
In China, say tiny company around that, and we are expanding. When we are expanding, then we add more people in there. And that was why.
Right. And so we are then 10 in Noma. A man Noma to me agent and Naswa. Na yan ma beto so mo kofa ni pen bi account and this for account.
Oh, okay, so we apart from as a dam de bama ministers am ni omu ye adwuma yera na po na yera amewu boa yem pa na po so beto aso ene Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, era president Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, confidence or the shaving Mose Corner Kuyujumano. Apart from the support minya from those leaders, BOST Honona, it was my third managing director role. And coming from Bebia Mimifino, private sector, and being a nationalist, me a nationalist. MPP name, but Nyoma said Ghana Atumpan, a lot of the issue Nyoma it's to benefit the nation, a lot of people in the nation, and so that's where I'm kind of coming from. So I knew say Ejumane there, you diagnose the problems, no, you know him say Ejumane bit me aye, and with the same staff, with the same people I came to meet, same people. And I started journey, and luckily, my background, me engineer, and I'm a science economist.
Okay.
And I'm a science tools be brave, be a job at the highest level. And for me, it wasn't too difficult. And I'm a science was very powerful board chairman, Mr. Kohakman. No nonsense board chairman, and you're not there. And also, on the supervision level from the board, no mama and that's where we started from. So the governance was in place, and you say, na yiniska. That is one. You nim send your money say. You nim send your money be bria say, and then what you say, anom for you can say. Omo ba be sisi nyoma bebre obi be bisa say na den na yen call yen yansi bibia. But the reason was that say who fie na nyoma unkunye ni na ebubu na o kitchen asay na o WC asay na bibia asay a wo di bi be kan ho. So very repaired the asset no first. Then no nice. Ya sha say beye. And our board no so jitu mu say ampa. Yen to me mba mbeye procurement nkwa say e de yen go see e be a new pipeline wo baby. And I say yen go see yen go to new boat wo baby. Na de e wo ho a Ghana for the sika to asset no. Yen repair ni nyina. It was strictly focused on bring all the dead assets to life.
Okay.
Mfidie assets ni nyina aye Ghana for dia. Yem from ra. Yem repay ni nyina. Nyoma ya to egu your friend saying Houston for time no. Mfidie ya to egu Houston no. Yem make sure say the me nyina beba.
Okay.
Na project no so a ye beto ye no. Because man paying catch am say project ni nyina ye beto ye no. Ye make sure say ye be focus on them and complete all of them. And that is what we did. Now we be said na mfidie no mo ye de na mo fixing mfidie no amunisika because na bank bi aso mo isika.
Okay.
But ye share ne money mu ye hu say to bi wo ho ana because roller BOST ye play no say esi mfidie ene logistics mfidie no storage tanks pipelines ne nyoma enye bebia esi sa mfidie no ena ema yesika ati ase te say bu pese ana bolga ye won mfidie o bolga but o share private for na omu nyina omu mfidie no o share he no mbesi omu mfidie omu nyina esi omu mfidie no wa Accra.
Okay.
Because Accra is where the economic activity center. Kumasi has picked up. Enti Accra Kumasi krobia ni ho yankwani ewu Kumasi. Enti omu see the founders of BOST no. Time omu de BOST eba no. Omu ka say omu hu say enye bibia ye di mfidie no beko a ebetumi ama yesika. Enti in order to maintain it, sir, infidie na ewo far off no non-profitable areas no. They talk it to be better home. Sa to no ye na friend of boss margin. Into de sa to no to petroleum price and so. Enti eno na e buy ye de maintaining sa infidie no.
Okay.
Good. Enti e buy no you say sa sikana to na e da sa petroleum price hold on. Now it's as at 2011 na 3 pesos. As at 2019 I'm a buyer and I stay at 3 pesos.
Okay.
Now Ghana ha osha over time no prices a cost and as a from
A cost.
And it say what price be 3 pesos in 2011. Now 2019 it's still 3 pesos. I need say sikana say into me nyashe. Ebi I need to na mfidie nyina so asay no.
Okay.
Enti your boy modern de ko hu CSOs ne minister ne kofo bebre e de SM2 omunim se na sa to na mo de atosu yi ne enya hwe yo na se pese asset we adwuma dia ese
ye pagya
to no mu ketwe bi na obekaya 2019 2020 ho no ye pagya to no within 24 hours any assign a reversal. The reason is na ya stakeholder management no ye enti assign ko hu on omo matter in the industry and God being so good no omo to sa to nim na sa to no omo to nim and no na kakra you started SAC infidie no na enti na me no ka say 18% of assets na ye beto ya na yejuma no ene asset base no yejuma no almost 94%. Enti me fi ho no infidie we za boat no ni nyina yejuma, pipeline ni nyina yejuma, tanks ni nyina apart from yenu bia e wo mame water ni nyina yejuma. Enti ho ena transformation no start to say free. And we use the same people. I also vowed, say, we have Ghanaian companies and Ghanaian engineers and Ghanaian suppliers. I will work only with Ghanaian suppliers. And I work with Ghanaian suppliers and Dodo na a boy drew baby ye drew. Over 4 years in a row. Yeah, profits. Our first year of profit, about 2019. Our first year of profit, we are now 2021. Yeah, but 2016 was a loss of 400 and friends. 2016 was a loss of 459 million Ghana cedis. Kakra na euro D profit no sa loss ne sa 2021 the first profit of 161 million Ghana cedis. 2022 we more than doubled it to 342 million Ghana cedis. Company ne egu no.
Okay.
By 2021 no na first profit 161 million Ghana cedis. 2022 342, more than double. And those 2 years do not go for oil ni ho. Gold for oil. Gold for oil started in 2023. Into 2022 no 161 342 million Ghana cedis profit. Now there me one way sa performance na me union ne me staff ne board achieve no na hwe bibio 2016 uko 2016 ye will be a friend of administrative expenses. Administrative expenses no expenses ni nyina eba enye directly related to the fuel, to say salary, to say bonus, to say maintenance, to say nyomo nyina company ne to enye directly related to the oil no. 2016 no na administrative expenses nkwaya 538 million Ghana cedis. 2016
administrative expenses nkwaya
538 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Nana shadio year na year profit no 2021 no staff number na a cost row, but administrative expenses no was 228. Now maybe so assembly na me say Ghana over time no cost row na say bafom
a cost row nkwaya
enti adena 2016 year 538. Now 2021 almost 1 2 3 4 5 years later no administrative expense no less than half of 2016. Osha 2022 administrative expense so 342, less than half, a little above half. Osha 2023 351, still not up to the 2016 administrative expenses. Inti asema obisa me no, I hope some answer ni ye.
Right. That means uja chire ye.
Oh, e chire dia me fi hono nana. 20 na minim say 2024 yanya profit cry ye be 400 million Ghana cedis profit. Na me fi hono yes jasika sika ye jatu cash na work bank almost 122 million Ghana cedis. Ye jasa sika ni nyina to a cano $624 million no. Ye tuning na nti me fi hono ne ndi obiaka. Ye ndi obiaka.
Enti na ya no be ka say BOST for na best at the car no kre bi anim.
Ni kre nim.
Depth be any ho.
Depth ni ho. Apart from your project, the biggest project I start here depot upgrade. Yeah upgrade your depots no. And now me no kasi nana sa project no anka we be ka say oba ye ba ya so matisi obi say ye ba ye ne amfa hwe amba, but ya new projects. Yeah, basically you're building new depot, you're new pipeline, but
you're not saying no na maintaining
good. You know, any who send Fideni Bebre na are you old? It did over 27 years. And to remember our example, you started project be a friend of depot upgrade. Now, yeah, Accra depot no. First, now it to me almost 100 trucks a day.
Okay.
Now ye years are upgrade no. Accra okohwa and 400 trucks
a day.
Into from 100 to 400, 4 times the output. Into obi kasa de no nsibian ka ho a the Amicheni Pakron say, but I have increased the capacity by over 2.5 times. So why should I add any more asset to it? What you say? And non-self strategic thinking, no. Any a day yes our project, no. Now me no can say what the tanker driver be able could do come on. Or make catch us say, hey. And then omo first omo need to take on 4 hours. No, I'm no more fear. And then omo moon do 45 minutes. No more fear. And that is why the capacity has more than tripled. Enti ejumane de your bottle na you hope say omo abano to me at least I'm maintaining. But what I want to say to Ghanaians say BOST is not a company that should be making losses.
Okay.
It's not. Enti obeba be loss. As I say you business them.
Right. Remember to power former managing director my BOST best. And a team come and you may Dr. Edwin Alfred Provencal was say will be called best first name friend of boss. Will be called boss or no because say or boka na say can be where chira AC be send the question because we see chire ye and as now a meki sika kasiye pa e wo mamu enti yanom sore pejia mu be ka say na say dia yankoto we boss and e kwa ye bibia say and e kwa no man ko yi a was say no Caribbean, but now was managing director, no, not and then no major challenges.
So, a human there
because when himself over Konohunka Crabbe move because 2017, I want in Yasa contaminated oil scandal, sales scandal,
Menyabako crow. Menyabako crow. Menyabako crow. One thing so I'm very few mechanics say, who's that? Company be a company or hardware and software. This is a computer or hardware and software. Company and hardware no be infidie na idea jumano. Enti a tank near a pipeline near head office near cars near your mind on the hardware. But software no yeah. And she say idea to say aha BOST a jum sani be. That is how we'll do our work. Podcast on one friend policies.
Yeah.
Your call hold now policies I signed policies I in place. You bear 5 pay. Me if you hold near be 37 policies and procedures.
That means any policy be
They be
you need baby idea need chere.
They be
the boss to call.
They be any policy. And now me know can say they have over 37 policies. Now policies no near software. What you say? Now company biano so policies no and a sustaining company no. Enti se nkufo bi ba ho no omo follow policies na because they be nkufo bi some say na o anka be ma this kana wa ma yendi no. Yeah, all this kana come ashahu and now yeni hoyi say amanfo ne bedi na me say they have policies and procedures now so when the policies and procedures no so there and there no many na ya no ebekwa enti those are some of the risks and challenges and to be some say what's the challenge? The challenge is the political economy, the fact say and my from Ghana because all the back Ghana you call IMF 17 times. Why have we gone to IMF 17 times? It's the political economy. Because anytime we call IMF, no problem now they call IMF the first one. It's the same problem. They call IMF. Thank you. It is the same thing called corporate world. This one it's the same thing that will happen. But yes. So that was my biggest challenge. There is the political economy. Say, how do you sustain all these gains? Because me feel say, your company be she will say your company be 100. Umunyina to me 200 million cedis profit. That is 20 billion cedis for a buying.
You don't need IMF support to be
and you don't even need to go and borrow money. What you say? And those companies no almost trace taxpayers' money they be and the Kenya companies don't do na omo profit na. Anka 20 million cedis a year. Billion.
Then my companies need to make it profits, not be a losses.
Factors not their doors. Factors not doors.
Because
one of them is the continuity. If there's no continuity, winner takes all, and you don't have people who are nationalistic and people who think about the majority of the Ghanaians. And, you don't have people with the right skills being put at in the right places. You know, square pegs in round holes. And yeah, there's nothing you can do. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ back. Right.
But G40 on the impact on fuel stabilization. G4O. No. The impact on fuel stabilization.
Oh no, solid. The G4O was a very good program. But say but from my perspective, no, without G4O, no, anka country anka by now shit.
Can you G4O na? O kasa pache saying. Nyabutra change G4O num na omo muti enti ase yi pa.
On that time I started G4O no. Agrono by when inflation was about 54%. How do you say? Not inflation 54%. So after COVID no. Inflation cost petrol prices cost SN cost it could do almost 54%. Now inflation a curse. How do you say curse in Chi?
No me.
Inflation no me. Other than no me because so unya 100 cities ene. Unya 100 cities ene. Now inflation it could do 50%. So our 100 cities no it is said that than 50 cities. So and then to me the 10 cities stones you. Now inflation could do 50%. You cannot buy with 10 cities no better only half the bottle. And inflation will crobia so no no me. Now yeshwe mu no I mean me sorry ama Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. Yeshwe mu no any who say ye inflation no na dodo na fi fango a ye kraba Ghana because nyoma bi anko ye enti won say obekaya yewra Bawumia say if the fundamentals of the economy is weak the foreign exchange will expose you. Now Ghana fundamentals no are you weak from Kwame Nkrumah Breso. Was Kwame Nkrumah Breso cry IMF once from 1966 what you say Kwame Nkrumah yanko but from 1966 you call IMF 17 times. Now so, because the fundamentals are weak, you know, the same things that take us to IMF, you know. And no one signed the code, and we haven't solved it. And on about me no fundamentals, no. And it takes a long time to solve the fundamentals. And COVID by you shut it down, production, taxes beyond my government, but government was spending. Oh, plus we had borrowed a lot. And the macro fundamentals no didn't went against us. What you say after COVID. And now after COVID, so now Russia Ukraine war by petrol war started to cost. Ne food prices started to cost. Until we didn't now boom. Now your reserves now a one. The reserves na keeping in dollars. Your reserves na a war anka opeso crabby be free amano to media crabano. Na enkudru na ebe 1 month.
Ebe sustain Ghana for
only 1 month. And that is a no. Nature say dollars ni krum. Na petrol no so ya the dollar ne kra anamebo. And it's a dollar ni krum ni ehwehwe dollar e de akra petrol a. Dollar bo be dey.
Because demand is high.
Thank you. Now, the dollar don't cost raw. So dollar no bono cost raw. Fango na say koto fango ne ba.
And so be cost.
Na dollar.
Our cascading effect.
Ebe cost me boa. Now say fan go no cost transportation be there
ebe kosoro
eduane be there
ebe kosoro
bibia be kosoro enti said ya na nyoma e kosoro no because of weak fundamentals no e ho na ebisa e ho say na yenhwe import normal ya kraba Ghana nyina ye hwa dudro na be 32% na eye fango enti pedufo no edwen ho hu say to solve this problem no say anka betumi ape sika enye dollar betumi ape sika foforo bi enye dollar anka di betumi di akra sa fango na yetumi ya sa na pressure what dollar no so no ebeba form na say pressure no what dollar no be form forex rate no be dey ebeba form na say forex rate no ba form
seed no benya hoden normal bo be gina
thank you na fango price no so be dey ebegina ebeba form enti that was the economics around the gold for oil say yempe because dollar see still near exporting your ma not dollar ba but dollar na ba no there are other things like medicine edro ni your ma and then na this dollar na toto enti na dollar no ndoso but do pressure na Ghana ye problem transportation causing ye fuel enti a hot na you say but gold is also a currency gold to account to not gold na the twad nti adena yam peshikan to ya gold ya tu ya gold na edibi esie ni asan so dibi edibi esie wo Bank of Ghana they be kan ketwa bi abeka no yam fan to then they cry oil no directly so that pressure what dollar no so be bafo nti eno ne ye na ye no you start you no ko hwe statistics now pressure for price if free bear 23 cities I be drew bear 11 cities forex no so free very high point bear 17 cities the forward rate if free bear 17 cities it be drew almost 11-12 cities
because of the G4
gold for oil program
okay
what you say in Crawford say gold for oil but gold for oil played a key role. And the reason I say that, they say, first cargo I buy, you know, not premium, free BB premium, okra oil now, not premium, $170.
Okay.
First cargo me de buy, you know, not premium near 77.
Okay.
And to be able to make castle gold for oil, no, they didn't have an impact. It had an impact. Inti gold for oil need a boy and you go for oil and kabibia you drew because of that no and the gold for reserve program and me now for ya and Ghana force almost omumbra media so no and also almost here reserve 9.3 billion now in 3 months so make you raising 9.3 billion 9.3 billion is the money that was left by Nana Addo Dankwa's Akufo-Addo's government. What you say? So 9.3 billion reserves no is part of the fundamentals fix you know. So but asema about me I can say if your fundamentals is weak your foreign exchange will expose you no. And next 9.3 billion reserves now and then almost say over achieve IMF target no of 8 billion no. And it is 9.3 billion and it's as a result of what the governor this ne Baomiani and another Akufo-Addo I say yes let's buy our own gold and store it and use it to build their reserves for the country. What you say? So
this continuation of G for O gold for oil soon sanso beba Ghana so yeden
the American say because me again any
okay
young Kase MPP for one award the ideas in the world.
107.3
and this for some more ideas. And more ideas normally two Ghana for him and a Ghana for Timom. Ain't on this gold board, gold for oil, Sanyo Manadia. Media the American say as fast as possible, no, pet substitute for the gold for oil. Now, I'm not forecasting doom, but I hope they have a plan to sustain what was done so that the economy will be stable for a very long time. And like I said, God, Bible knows here leadership so that they take the right decisions in the best interest of the nation. And if they don't find a replacement for gold for oil now, in time, that's almost so much. Find a replacement now, they may end up putting the petroleum security in the hands of the private sector. And you and I know, sir, private sector, their motive is not profit. Welfare, it's strictly profit. And that is what may hurt all of us. Okay. Because today, no, maybe or no, that Fangwaya crown, BOST crown, na about 30%. And now, me know me, I drop it to almost 12%. Okay. Interesting. The consumption is going on. Interesting. Either there's a group of people who wants BOST to stay out of that so that everything goes to the private sector. A private sector, putting your petroleum security on a majority of your petroleum security in the hands of the private sector, no, they will hold the government and the people to ransom. Right.
Don, Obeka say, yes, you from Ghana. The ordinary Ghanaian son Obeka. Yes, you oil Ghana. Today be a see a crack oil, a February about what is happening.
Anka, the ideal situation, Anka, bear said, Tobe Juma. Na a fango ni bia yutuno. Nanka de koto.
Yeah, Timia Daniel.
A danin or ho. That would be the best scenario. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, MPP are buying into me the same thing. And you hope it's Uncle for you to me. What you say? We were looking for a private investor to come and revamp Tor. Yes, so I think talks were far advanced, but it didn't happen during our time. Inti Asemo Bisam ye who say this current government will fast track that to make sure the oil that we extract, we can refine it and then put it on the market. The best solve it, forex problem, seriously. I'm a city now very stable for quite a long time.
Madam, some of you are here, Juma Pain, dear, a baby, a key to you, say about for bar, who be actually say Nipa for our call replacing me, or call A, or call B, or the best air call her, what they call her. So far, so good. Your assessment, our buy home, our BOST, and our best. Oh, my name's what me follow.
Mejidi said they will do the right thing.
But so far, what observe will be now?
More leave. I haven't really paid attention, but my advice, the only advice I may want microphone says, "Uko baby, oya coach, new coach now oko team na o Lionel Messi wo ho, wo Ronaldo team ni mu." Messi ni Ronaldo ne the best defenders ne the best strikers we winning World Cup 4 times in a row. You don't put them on reserve.
Meaning they all came with you.
I say your coach now Oko team now Ronaldo team ni mo at his peak. Now Messi when the team nimo at his peak. Now Mohamed Salah or team nimo at his peak. Okwa at their peak, and they have been delivering profits in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Now corner say you may have challenges because a lot of them had been trained in Harvard Just yeah.
And technical know-how, no.
Because they were Ghanaians and I didn't care which party they belonged to, when I was developing them, no, I developed them as Ghanaians. I gave them the best of training, global, worldwide, world-class training. And if they had gotten to their peak like Messi, Messi, Salah, Ronaldo, Mbappe, and they are still at their peak and delivering, you don't go in and get them to sit on the reserve.
Say party na benti party for me.
So minim so yes, but all I'm saying is that it's the advice that you, as a new coach, you go and still win the medals with them. And when they are going old, then you can phase them out.
Right.
That's the only advice.
Report to me about from Global Info Analytics for, and the Omo can say Chief Executive Officer Sonu Bibri Kahumbi NMA NPP Elusu 2024 elections. Your take on it?
Oh, I mean, pointing fingers like it's easy. I just pointing fingers is very easy.
7.3.
But I'm sure, sir, the Prof. Michael Quay report, all the issues that are of contention, it's an internal matter. We have to go and definitely dissect it. And Martin says the output of that may even lead to some constitutional reviews in Yoma. So yes, I think, sir, it is possible some of the CEOs may have caused disaffection. It's also possible that even our own loyalist party people may also have caused disaffection, like those who decided that they won't go and vote because for whatever reason. So yes, if CEOs have played a part, it's a learning process. We learn forward. You don't learn backwards. So we accept the responsibilities, and because it's a human institution, everybody can do better. And we want to apologize to our loyalists. Loyalists. We need to rebuild and come back, recapture power. But
okay. But one personal contribution net is saying then we have what party proud to 2024 general elections.
Uko bisa obebia yebeka se sa question we dey obisa papa we a obeka se ono de nyame se de ode de what you friend is there. When you give to your left, your right shouldn't know about it, and when you give to your right, your left shouldn't know about it. Me blow me horn on air, but those who know in the party know my contribution. I'm a card-bearing party member. I was appointed to the office because MPP was in power, and I think I contributed my lot to Ghana and to the party.
Well. Maybe sounds a question. They say mostly callers in a bit to me can be able to me can and I see you to cry a foul mono or mom me or mom what party no yeah campaign and who but me say who adapt constituencies be no yeah cancer that means say wo far but one person be say wow what dear abra won ko propose be that's why I asked.
No, that's very true. Me yeah. But me no be odwane num. But I think I contributed my quota to my party. Me num. Over me num
na your question. But what I know was a politics no. I told you also can hear and find shame passing.
Minim. That's Asama catch me. Don't wanna catch me, sir. Look, one of my biggest fights with my people. I say media. But those who know my contribution. Yeah.
And you now become.
And you now become.
I'm telling come for no. Yes, Abuan your friend or a Pumpuni. Pumpuni.
And then there.
Cotre.
If
you saw about for ma or Herben Kumno be a man and more, no bonity.
The my politics did there was sanity yes bibia oboye bia so bia hu se waye but
right menim say Greater Accra region ya baby a what na che ha na wo ha na free bibia and what pay would you some of us yenim but obi e wo fie e bia na wonim MPP be there recapture Greater Accra region den ma MPP say obetimi afa Greater Accra region and then ama aye diama MPP with Greater Accra region.
Interesting question. We've captured Greater Accra region before.
Yeah.
It shows that whatever has happened, the ACN they go back to the drawing board. Na you say Jumananya yama Dudrona because it's a MPP is a democratic party, so it's for the majority of the party people and majority of the nation. What I say, I strongly believe that if insights from the Ukwe report, if we really take a look at it and work with the recommendations now, I'm sure say we can recapture Greater Accra. It will not be easy, but God didn't say it will be easy. A bedding, but with focus and dedication.
People Greater Accra region, sir.
In strategy, you see, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Okay.
And when you plan and you don't put your resources behind the plan,
Dr. Darman, I will catch you in my party come up.
Oh dear. Okay, one say, you are said there. How do you say strategy?
On Shisha,
well, said there. You say one day, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Come on, me.
So one young Shisha, yeah.
Undin kunim. Now, so be dim kunima.
This all young Shisha.
This all young Shisha.
Yeah.
Now, so young Shisha and so yeah. And there say what the resources. How do you say resources?
What the akadie eka
Sika energy. Akadie bia say would be so believe is our plan no be juma dia. And there so do resources ni na. Room. And so now be to me dim kunim. Enti me full say from the Okwe report, I'm sure that all these things, then we go back to the drawing board because look, and this in MPP in your also family beer, and this minister, MPP minister. Thank you, baby. Until we are one people, we just differ in ideology, and I'm a boy. We believe that we can win. We can develop Ghana with a particular ideology. And this also feels that they can develop Ghana with a particular ideology. So what we have to do now is so that when we go out there now, we can let the people believe in what we have for them as Ghanaians, so that they would make the right choice. Because maybe GDP said, if you look at the things that have happened in the trajectory of this nation, MPP has contributed immensely to the lives of Ghanaians in this nation, and it's there. I mean, if you look at what Kufuor did, President Kufuor did with the national health insurance,
school feeding,
free maternal care, well, the focus was on the majority of Ghanaians, not a few. What you say? And then President Akufo-Addo comes and he look at what he's done. Look at the amount of infrastructure he put in place. Look at the drone service saving lives. Look at free SHS.
And did that ever Ghana number rejected?
Who said? If you will go and read history, the idea Kwame Nkrumah, and then where's Kwame Nkrumah? Kwame Nkrumah, we all hail him. The people who
consider
thank you, Abonabaso. And I think with time, the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, but I mean, no country will survive with very weak fundamentals. And my study be.
Mm-hmm.
My study shows that there's no country who has gone to IMF in an election year who has won the elections. There's no government.
Abanya election year about wafi wabeko IMF for mwano olusu.
Because oko IMF for
107.3
IMF dia no mbeka say ye.
Omema conditions.
Omema conditions. No more conditions no heti voters no. Heti voters pa anti voters who be chomo. Should that exchange say IMF. Enti na
haircut them the keka hum ni na.
And to share the number of times I call IMF is the same things that take us to IMF. What you say? The government be call IMF in election year no.
Me no wouldn't come out who say who respect my okay committee, you know, and I want to believe say who GDA say on be adwuma so no e dia ma MPP. But kwan be na say MPP as a political party omo handle posokwe committee report no.
I think Mijidisa Oshe your rules of engagement now.
Because the entire facha me doctor. The entire make us and say report on the ebeba. Over here na manfo you say a secret a idea yam farmer wanting MUB yamhe. But na manfo tutu ni 9 now be actually no na the cracks and then apemu and eba MPP mu na di sakasaka and eba MPP mu. That means say sankianko report no kran kan fa so e wo so kwan be na say MPP as a political party, or handles our report. No.
Thank you very much. Me feel says our report should be situated in the broader vision of the party. What you say? We cannot keep apportioning blame. We have to learn.
Dr. Nakachid Mami.
The unhear pan say SS our report may you see there.
Okay. You should be free.
As you should be free. Dispassionately. What you say? Na you see there ni wie na internally you ku wie a. Ni nyina ya ba together. Ya ho a wa two. Say okay. Baby a person MPP could do no. Report where you what should we do to get to where we have to get to? Now, as a human institution, also there, you can't please everybody.
Yeah, want to be
but a majority should be rallied around the leadership of MPP, so that together we can work together to say, look, this where we are coming from and what plans we have for Ghana. No, let's come together. Let's learn from our mistakes and let's learn forward.
Oh, okay.
And nipa there, yes, a referee ni ho nti. You always go back to remember, and then it's one of our problems. So you're quite sorry, so as Ghanaians, but we don't forgive. We don't forgive. I'm fire bonny and chair. That's said here, Yesu Christo, Easter ya apemu. Yesu, ede nyina ya bonny a chair. I'm fire bonny and chair one. And then Papa Munebeba.
Okay.
So me feel said the report should be an input into the long-term vision of the party. And Mijidi say leadership, no, they will know how to handle it in the best interest of the party.
No, me at utilize by facha me pa this question there. Me person be bisa but ma be bisa. ABC Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia akọ. And we share MPP abako semu a obi anu ha ukọ baako edi nkonim enti yensan man nko bio amanfo so feel say there be ye de na kọ anye ye yen change hands enti na wo hwa MPP mu a emu ache ebi ka Kennedy ebi ka Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia. Your take on this issue?
Oh, Osha, your party leadership issue directive say nobody should speak on this particular issue until a flag bearer is elected.
Okay.
What you say? So I want to respect my party leadership and not discuss this issue in public. It's an internal issue. There's a directive. I'm not going to add to it.
So kaboom.
Kaboom. I think, sir, I will let this particular question lie low. I won't express any opinion on it.
Right. Me out to lines in this year, but your take on the suspension of the CJ, Chief Justice.
Oh,
yeah, anticipate yeah.
Me very spiritual. Dear, me de bomb me home by Colossians 3:23 and 24.
Okay, and then what can
Koshe na kaima on Google Colossians 3:23 and 24.
One check na mo fan to this. But omo ye nyina na wo kire mu. Your time need.
Colossians 3:23 and 24 say. Bibiara a obeye wo wiase mu. Yeah, to the best of your ability, as if you are working for Nyame. Ejuma bi a obeye wo wiase mu. Ye ejuma na te se wo ye ejuma na me Nyame. Na enye nipa. What you say?
Okay.
Na obeji wa Nyame be ma wa ketua.
Okay.
In whatever you do, work at it as if you are working for the Lord, not for human masters. For you shall receive your reward.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Enti me very spiritual. Enti bibia me ko bia we na me de bata me ho a me de ko. Enti me ye bibia me ye dwum bisam say we Yesu Kristo de na obeye. What will Christ do? What will God do? Because the directive is, in whatever you do, work at it as if you are working for the Lord.
Remember, there are two screens. So I'm more joining on Facebook. No, move with me.
And a Juman in me ye or boss no. Me ye Juman to say the me ye Juman me.
Okay.
Na enye human masters. Yes.
Also, because you know that you will receive
your reward.
The reward of the inheritance for you serve the Lord.
For you serve the Lord.
Right.
So me a very spiritual. Good. And then I maybe min boasty enye maybe no, because the Bible governs us. Okay. And on the CJ, you know, so I will go back to
107.3
Old Testament. No. Old Testament. Ne will say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That was Old Testament. But Jesus by you know or best sign. Jesus by you know or say obi bo asuma
than has to sign man.
And so there's a saying that an eye for an eye eventually will make all of us go blind. Can we chim mame? Thank you. A honor Ghana person Kodia and the I am called.
I didn't tell people from your gentles are.
Oh, and you say a gentle. I think you underestimate us. And you're gentle. What you say? And you're gentle, sir. Oh, but a true baby, you think about Colossians 3:23 and 24.
Okay.
Because an eye for an eye, we will all go blind. Because what China say, say different government bar, what's going to happen?
The same thing.
Then,
the same thing.
that many will be doing come say, our politics is getting to a stage where people will run away from this country. Because every 4 years, there's inflation, and yeah, normal inflation.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, there's inflation in violence, there's inflation in everything. And to be assume now, 4 years time, no, I'll be born 5 times. The next 4 years will be born 200
because of the nibre.
So where is the country going? And this is why I say we need to pray for our leaders.
Okay.
And see a fasty bomb parliament leadership. Because if you don't have compassionate leaders, I'll make us be a bomb assuming now I'm born 20 times. then where are we going? What country are we living for our children? Your man,
Oman Ben Baby, I utilize, Dr. Edwin Alfred Provencal 057-777-1073 057-777-1073. As a Mr. Boabich Bisa Dr. Mame be say CEO for no minimara ya na mushia mo ho.
Oh yeah.
Mo din komo.
You didn't come.
Because e bi mo mo
so the mekan no see esua de ekoyenim.
Okay.
Now, what has happened has happened.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't change the past.
But you can't change the past. And the Hiana says, yes, you are the Koyinim. Now, it's dear pa, so that Ghana for my opportunity, Nibioma, you to me, I serve you, ye. Last words, no say, a bepa Ghana for Honorable Finance Minister, former Finance Minister, Apachosa, Intimeso, a bepa Ghana for Chose, be anchored. You might be to me, I into me, and Yamon, chain. Now, we'll come back to the drawing board. Profokwe report na ba, and party faithfuls no, omon to omobo, omon kan. Omakuman tuom yem. No one believe in the leadership. They say they would make it right. We need to believe in the structures because we are a party of structures. Now let's learn the hard way and let's learn forward. Now the Ghana for the Ghana for Akuma so amo pesi ye mom no. Yeah, let's have a good strategy.
7.3.
And let's go and tell Ghanaians what we stand for and what we can do for them and how we believe we are the ones who can take them to the next level. Inti I'm pasa kofo bebre buefu but see a
right.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.